Okay, I don't know if you can see me down there, but I'm at this end and you're at that end. This is my aisle of hardware. I got lots of storage, all sorts of fasteners, screws, bolts, nuts, wire terminals, copper fittings, and then on the other side I've got a lot of car parts and supplies that are waiting to be put on the cars or used for the cars. And then this area right here is my storage for my current vehicles we're working on, which would be the 14 Chevrolets, or what all this stuff is, parts to go on those cars. And hopefully these shelves will be mostly empty once I get the cars completed. All these parts will go back on the cars. So that's my aisle of I get my exercise running up and down this aisle. Okay. On this side, this is my raw material shelf, where I've got steel, box, round, tubing, all kinds of angle iron, you name it. And then I've got round stock, stainless steel, aluminum, and then on the top shelves I've got just aluminum stock, which we need to use a lot of times to make parts with. So whatever needs to be made, this is where we generally start, is at the raw material bin. And I've got on the floor down here, I've got a bunch of heavy round tubing and just, miscellaneous stuff, some heavy sheet metal, plating, all different sorts of stuff, hex, round, box. That kind of concludes what's in this aisle, and we'll go on to the next one. Okay, behind me is my 40 ton press, which I built, and hopefully you'll go back and watch the video on how I did it. I was inspired by Keith Finner. When I saw his, I thought, boy, that's a beautiful press he made. I always thought that would be wonderful to have in my shop. So one day I just decided to pull the trigger and go for it. So this is what I built. And then I've got all I try to keep everything on wheels. So this is on wheels. It'll move, and the press will move. And this table back behind me over on this side here is on wheels, but I've got elevator jacks that pick it up off the wheels so it doesn't slide around on me. And over on behind my press and my welding stuff here, we've got a welding table that I made. This was originally an old table saw table, and so I put a leg on it and turned it into my welding table. And I've got my welding rod supplies in those plastic tubes. I keep got a Miller 250 Synchrowave TIG welder. I really love this, and then I've got a Lincoln MIG welder here. Yes, Hobart stick welder back there, and then I've got my oxygen acetylene tanks in the corner there, and then I've got the little belt sander here, which I use it all the time. It's really come in handy. Let's see what else we got to show you here. This is my little air compressor, which we use quite a bit. And I've got another bender here for forming metal, and then a little brake shear, foot brake. This is my all cluttered up paint table where I mix up all my paint, and my sandblaster, and it does a great job. I use glass beads. I used to use just whatever I could get my hands on. I still do, basically, as media. But what I found works pretty good. And let's see if I can show you down here in the box. I got a new bag of ready to go in there. It's the stuff the plasterers use to do plastering. I get it at the local lumber yard. I think it's a 50-pound bag for, I don't know what it is, $15. It's not very expensive for compared to what the glass beads cost. Very nice vise here. I love this little vise. It works real free. Got nice, I think those are 4-inch jaws. But one of the things that's kind of neat about this particular vise is I can pull this pin out, and then this will actually, well, I'm not going to show you that, but then you take this pin out, and then if you put a piece that's not square in here, this jaw will turn to accommodate an uneven part, which makes it very, very handy. And then I've got this Wilton vise here, which is also a very nice vise, and I'm real happy with it. These little aluminum plates that go on there, and then this one is actually a swivel vise that you can swing it around this way, and you can put round pipe or hold unusual shapes with this as well. So that's my 3 big bench vices that I have. Let's see. This is my spray booth, and it's got a built-in waterfall that filters my air. So it's got a 3-foot opening. It's 3 foot deep, 3 foot high, so I can get pretty good pieces in there. Can't get a fender or car or something like that in there, but it works great for these small pieces like this here. Works real good for those. So toolboxes are over out on the floor here. Should keep all our tools, all my wrenches and things, and then got more shelving back here for the cars. As we're getting the parts ready to go on the car, we get them on the staging, and so we got like the head here ready to go, and we put in the valves in the head, and we got brakes in here, new pistons here. So this engine, one of these engines doesn't have the pistons. I guess it's that one over there. We're missing the pistons. We got this engine, started it back together, but we kind of gave up a little bit. Trying to get all 3 of the engines put together at once, but too many things. I didn't have enough pieces at the time. I had to hunt for parts, so it's been a challenge. Work area. It's my drawing table. I try and do things. My workbench. You know, it's funny. I was at this has probably been, gosh, 35, 40 years ago. I went into Sam's Club one day, and I saw this bench, or this cabinet. I said, darn, that looks nice. I like that. That reminds me of my H. Gershner machinist toolbox. And I thought, well, that would look nice. And so I ended up buying it. I think it was less than $100, believe it or not, when I bought that thing. I bet you can't get it now for 5 times that much. Anyway, I've never seen it since. I've never seen it again. and never seen it at Costco. Just never seen it. It was there for about 2 or 3 weeks. I guess they had maybe a half dozen of them. And when I went back, I thought, I might get another one. But when I went back, I never saw it, and I never saw it again. So consequently, I only have the one. But it does complement my Gershner box. And over here, I have this cabinet. It's just full of supplies. These are all push blocks and specialty things that we've made for the parts, like when I made the muffler insert for that went inside the Chevrolet muffler. This was the piece that I made to push that through. It's got a 4-degree taper on it, stuff like that. So then we have my bandsaw here, and in this cabinet I keep all of my milling cutters and special tools. This is my Brown and Sharp. Yeah, it's a Brown and Sharp vertical mill. It's a type 1, I believe it is. No, type number 2. Number 2 vertical light type. It's a light type, but it's number 2. And it's a nice little mill. It does a good job. When I get something that won't fit on my Bridgeport, then this one will substitute for it. It's my Arbor press. More shelves with storage for vices and things. And this is an old, it's probably one of the very first ones I ever made. But the thing still works, and it's a Brown and Sharp surface grinder. And what little bit of surface grinding I do, it fills the bill. It does a good job. Hand sink, and then I've got this big photographic sink, or just a shallow sink, I guess you call it. It's 3x5, I guess it is. 3x5 foot sink there. And then we come to my pride and joy, which is my Cincinnati lathe. And it's been a great asset to the shop. And then my Bridgeport is a nice one, and I keep changing out this DRO here on the front. This is like the 3rd or 4th one now I've put on here, because I just can't seem to get what I want. The last one I had a little face on it here, and the light just didn't catch, and you had to almost get a flashlight in order to see it. It's got the readout up here now. So I put it up with my other DRO here so I can see it real good, and it shows up well now, so I don't have to worry about seeing it. Man, we'll just see how well it works. The first one I replaced because it had a big lag. You move the quill up or down, and you have to wait for it to stabilize, which wasn't very good. I didn't like that too much. And then this is my dad's. His original toolbox he had. And then under here, move this out of the way here. This got my surface plate in here, a granite surface plate, and it's on wheels too, so I can pull it out. And then these workbenches all have chopping block hardwood tops, which is really nice for a machine shop to have. You can set your tools down on there, and you're not, digging in metal and stuff like that. And then I keep taps and dies and small material like round stock, square stock, hex stock, different things in these drawers here, so it's just more storage. And I had this whole set of drills. This actually goes from 1.5 down to 1 inch in 64th of an inch increments. So don't use it very often, but sometimes we'll stick it in the lathe and use one of them. So that's my drills. And then this is my little parts washer. I used to use this stuff here. In fact, I just bought this, and I don't know what to do with it. I should probably take it back, but it's probably been too long now to take it even back. But it was a solvent. It was a really rough on the hands. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to try this stuff. So I went to Sam's, I believe it is, Member Mark, and I bought about 5 gallons of this stuff. Now, it says to dilute it 30 parts to 1, I think, for just like cleaning windows and stuff. But I ended up putting about 4 gallons of this in, and then 4 gallons of water to give me a nice base. And it really works good. It works as good as this other petroleum-based solvent that is. And my hands don't feel the effect of the soap like the solvent did. And then as we're entering into my wood shop area, and this is some of my wood tools that I have. And I made well, you know how it is. You buy something, and then a week later they come out with something new or better. I bought this Bosch 12-inch chop saw, and I was going to do some crown molding, and boy, that's the perfect saw for it. And it had these 2 rods that let it go in and out. And the next time I go to look at one, or I'm in the Home Depot or wherever it was, and I see it, and they completely redesigned this end of it so that it doesn't stick out like that. It all is like on hinges. So this allows you to get it up against the wall. You need this has to stay quite a bit away from any wall. You can't just butt it up against the wall. So that's one of those things you just kick yourself, you know. Now in here, it's kind of my wood shop. I've got my wood lathe over in the corner there, and I've got these buffers, which we use to polish brass and chrome and anything that needs to be shined. We have the buffers for that. Got a chop saw. When I was in the framing business, I had a little chop saw designed for making frames, and I had the frame vices for putting them together. Yeah, it's a dust collector that works good. And then this is my little DeWalt planer, and a router, and my radial arm saw. So you'd be surprised. These old cars have a lot of wood in them, and they require a lot of special stuff. In my bandsaw, another sander there. Let me just take you over here real quick. An example, the sheet metal skin on the body on the car is all reinforced in the back with wood, and that wood all has to be, there's only one straight edge, and the straight edge, this straight edge right here doesn't really do anything. It's just, but everything else has got curves and bends, nothing straight. So as you can see, this door is curved, so the wood has to be curved to fit the sheet metal. So it takes a real talent to make sheet metal, or to make wood to conform to the sheet metal. I've got this Pittsburgh gantry crane I got from Harbor Freight. I don't buy a lot of stuff from Harbor Freight, but I did buy this, and I don't regret buying it. It was worth all of the money I paid for it. It's rated for 1 ton capacity here. I'm sure it can handle that and probably more if you really had to pick something up. But and then the other things that are real important to my shop are the twin post lifts that I have. I got 2 lifts. So, and they make life easy, or a lot easier when you can just pick a car up and work underneath of it without having to slide around on the dirt or the ground. It does make things a lot more friendly. Don't know what else I can show you guys. I'm sure I left out a few things, but and I don't have a lot of equipment. I mean, some of the shops like Tom Lipton and Keith Fenner have got way more stuff, and are much better at their trade, because that's what they do. I'm just a tinkerer. I just tinker on these old cars, and like to think I know what I'm doing, but that's questionable sometimes. But this is actually my, well, I guess I'll say it at the beginning too, but this is my 100th video. And it just started off 1, 2, and I thought, am I ever going to get to 10? And then 20 came along, and then first thing you know, I'm pushing 50 videos, and this video will be my 100th video, and a little over 2 years, I guess it's taken me to do that. I don't know if that's fast or slow. Some guys publish them every day, which I think is a little much, but and then I've been told that once a week you want to have one out once a week or nobody will watch you. I don't know. Could be. I've got right now just under 1,500 subscribers, and I want to thank all you subscribers for signing up, and I hope the content is to your liking, and I don't know what it'll take me to, how long it'll take me to get to 200, but I don't have as many things that I want to show, I guess, as I did in the beginning, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I don't know. I was looking at a couple of the guys that got over 600 videos. That's pushing it. Mr. Pete got a lot of videos out there, and he's a great teacher. So if you haven't seen Mr. Pete's channel, he's a good teacher, and although I think he's winding down a little bit, I know he's slowing down a little bit like all of us. So you might want to check out his channel while he's still going good. I just watched him make a C-clamp the other day. It was kind of interesting to see him do that, and I liked that one. That was a good one. So I try to watch I try to watch more than I make, because there's countless numbers of them out there. So I thank you again. Really appreciate you watching, and please like and comment. I'd love to hear a comment, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. So we'll see you on 101. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye now.